This is Carl at National RV Detroit. I'm going to walk you through this 2020 Cruiser 29 SI. Alright, I'm walking on the door side towards the rear of the trailer. Okay, so you have power stabilizer jacks here, like so. One comes down at a time. Okay, you have a, let me look under here, way on the other side there. I'll show you on the other side. That white thing sticking down is a quick drain for your fresh water tank. It really drains it very quick. It's got a gate valve on it instead of just a little petcock, so it really drains it quickly. Okay, now with the stabilizers, you don't lift the trailer with them. You're just going to take the wiggle out, so you just stiffen it up a bit. Okay, you have a power awning. You have two slide outs in the living area, one on each side, which makes it huge inside. You have a pass-through basement, of course, and then you have a satellite and antenna hookup and power for a TV. You have, whoops, two 30-pound tanks, one on this side and one on the other side. Your battery here. Of course, this is the landing gear leg controller here. Up and down. Whoops, sorry about my camera work. This is just a hookup for solar. If you buy a solar panel to charge your battery, that's where it hooks up at. It just charges the battery now. You can't run the trailer off it or anything like that. Alright, there's your other tank. Here on the other side of the basement you have your water station. So we have regular city water connection right here. So let me try to get this right. So right here, you're just going to hook up your water and you turn on the valve and you're ready to go. It's 9 times out of 10 this is what you're going to use to get water to your trailer. You also can use a demand tank that's on board the freshwater tank. I'll get to that in a little bit when we get there. This is just a sprayer, and you get this faucet with it, or a spout, whatever you like to call it. These are the dumps for your gray tank and your black tank. Alright, basically you're going to hook your hose up here to your dump station. One end goes on there, the other end goes in the dump station. Then you're going to pull the black tank first. The black tank is obviously toilet water and waste. Then you'll pull the gray tank, which is shower water and sink water. So you do that because it's cleaner water than the black water, obviously, so it'll just clean out your hose a bit. Then you've got a black tank flush here. So you put the hose at the dump station on here, turn it on, and it'll clean your black tank out even better. It gets the sensors nice and clean. Just make sure you have the valve for the black tank open when you do that. It'll tell you right here on this, whoops, I'm sorry, on this sticker here, but you want to have the black tank valve open when you turn on the water. That's just satellite cable TV through to the inside of the trailer. This is a kill switch for the battery. Okay, you're always going to have it on unless you've got this in storage for a period of time. Okay. Alright, let me get on my feet here. Just a vent for your furnace. These are service panels for your refrigerator. You don't really have to go in there, they're just for service. Now I told you you could carry fresh water too. If you go to an older state park, for example, it doesn't have plumbing on the campsite. It'll have a fill station when you first go in the gate. You would fill your freshwater tank, your onboard freshwater tank right here, and then use the electric pump inside to pressurize the water. It works just like you have city water. It's just a way to get around it when you go to a nice place or a state forest or someplace out of the way that doesn't have plumbing on the campsite. You have a 50 amp cord, which is 25 feet long, and of course you have reducers here to reduce it down as far as you need to go. Remember, if you're going to plug this in at home, you can't run the air conditioners or air conditioner because it'll pop a circuit breaker for sure. ladder. You have to inspect the roof of this trailer like every trailer, so 3 times a year, in the spring and in the fall, in the middle of the summer, you go up on the roof and you check the sealant for cracks and separations. Sometime when you go up there, some year you're going to see some separation starting. It's generally at a corner area, but not always. When you see that, you get it taken care of immediately. That housing is for a backup camera. This is pre-wired for a backup camera, so you can, if you get one, it has to be the Furrion camera that fits in that housing. That's important. So make sure you get that. You can purchase them here. We do carry them here. But either way, you have to get the proper camera. All right, you have a little receiver here, a 2-inch receiver here. Keep that in mind. You can hook up a rack on the back, whatever you want to do. Okay, so let's go inside. So we come up to this cabinet right here, which has your controls in it. Okay, these are just lights on right now. Your awning is right here, so you push out, and we'll see it appear in here in a minute, hopefully. Let me walk out there. Yeah, there it is right there, so you can see it's got its way out. You just roll it out till you can see the awning tube, and you know you're all the way out. Okay, I'll bring it back in. Right there. And then you have your slide rooms. So here's slide out one out, which is in your bedroom. I'm not going to be able to show you that because I got to hold the button, so you have to trust me that it's going out. You can probably hear it. That's a wardrobe slide. That's out. Then you get the next one, which is this one here. These slides are AccuSlide brand, so just so you know, it's called an AccuSlide. They're different types. We're almost there. Okay, and then you have this one here. Oops. And there you have it. Okay, so as you can see, there's a lot of room in here. This is a fold-out bed. I'll show you how that works in case you don't know. You're just going to pull the cushions off, put them out of the way here for now. Okay, then you're just going to grab it down here. You're going to pull it up. I have to set the, oh, I guess I can get it without setting the camera down. Okay, then this folds out like so, like this, and then the other piece folds right down like that. It's really not a bad hide-a-bed. It's all foam, so it's not so bad. Okay, so you have your fireplace here, and you get a remote for it. Okay. Alright, so that's the fan speed there. You can see low, high. Okay. Your timer. Oops, it went back to F1. Here we go. There we go. You can change the color of the flame, as you can see, and even more there. Look at that. Okay, so there's a lot of different things you can do with it. The main thing, obviously, is that it's a space heater and it's got a fan in it, so it'll cool this room down, or excuse me, it'll warm this room up pretty quickly. So on late nights and cold mornings, you don't have to use up your propane heating. You can just turn this on and use your campground electricity, and you can hang on to the the propane for cooking and what have you. Alright, your radio, let me get a little closer to it for you. Your radio this is just, it's kind of confusing because it's still got the plastic over it telling you that. Let me see if I can pull it off here. Well, I'll just get it later. Anyway, the bottom line is it's a radio, obviously, AM and FM radio. You can hook up using Bluetooth, so you can play your music from your phone or tablet. You got Zone A and Zone B, which are Zone A is inside the trailer, B is outside the trailer. You can stream off this USB right here, so you can take all your favorite albums on one little USB stick and take them with you. You can go into the system through this HDMI. Let's say you have one of those game machines that also plays Blu-rays, and the game machine is to keep kids busy during rainy days. You can just set it on here and go straight into the system that way, for example. Okay? You got the cool blue light to go with it, so how can you beat that? The TV works like any other TV. It does have a swing out bracket here. Let me grab a hold of it and see if I can swing it out. There we go. It has a swing out bracket. Now if I look behind here, you can see, I don't know if you can see, let me do it this way. Sorry about all the camera work, you're probably getting dizzy at this point. But the TV hooks up back there, and all I'm pointing out is that there's a signal booster on that panel there, so that you want the signal booster on for watching anything over the airwaves. Alright, also I'm going to walk back to the thing. This has the WineGuard Connect on it, and this is the switch to power it up right here. Okay. Also on the roof there's a hookup for a Wi-Fi signal booster antenna. You can look into it more if you choose to. Some people need that sort of thing, some people don't. I mean, I don't use any of that when I'm camping, but some people work from their trailers or have to keep in touch, so there's an option there anyway. Alright, the refrigerator is Dometic gas absorption refrigerator. You got two buttons to operate it. Basically, it's on and off. It's on, and right now you can see it's on auto. Auto means electric. The reason they call it auto is because it always automatically searches out electricity, 110 AC, and if it can't find it, it'll switch over to gas, or if you're using it in the middle of the night, you have a power failure, for example, it'll automatically switch over to gas so you don't spoil your food. You can put it on gas dedicated that way. If this check light ever comes on, it means it's faulted, it didn't light, so you just turn it off, turn it back on, and let it cycle through again, okay? Generally speaking, it's going to be right there on auto. One last thing. This thing here is called a thermistor. Let me see if I can push it up so you can see it. Right there. That wire with the cylinder on the end, that's the thermistor. That white plastic thing is just a clip to hold it on. You can see the sticker says higher you go with it, the cooler it gets. So obviously if you push it up higher, it gets cooler inside the refrigerator. That's how you set the temperature. This works like any other microwave, except it has fan to vent to the outside, 2 speeds, and then light, of course. Alright. Your range top, I believe the gas is on. Let's see. There you go. So you're just going to turn on your burner and then just turn this clockwise and it sparks. Okay. You get another cool blue light. Okay. So to light this, all the way at the back, I don't know if you can see it or not, all the way back here is a pilot light. So you're going to go to your oven control, you go to the picture of the pilot light, and you depress it. You keep it depressed, and then you're going to spark this, turning it clockwise. When you do that, the pilot light back there will light. After it lights, you're going to hold this for another 10 or 15 seconds to heat it up. Then you go to whatever operating temperature you want. It'll cycle through normally. When you go back to off, the flame goes out and so does the pilot light. So you have to light the pilot light each time you use the oven. Okay. Alright. Let's see here. Well, back to the panel here. So these are your holding tank heaters. This has has heating pads on the tanks, and it has some wrap on the pipes that connect it. So you just turn them on like so. That's all. One's fresh water, one's gray, one's black. Now to test your levels here, you can see your battery's charged. You always want to check it when you're not plugged in. Your fresh water has a little bit of water in it, a third, but we're water testing it. As it fills, it goes up in 1/3 increments. You only have one black tank, so you pay attention to that. That we're water testing too. Galley. So you just check those, and like I said, they go up in 1/3 increments. Those LEDs will light up as you go. Also, to light your water heater on electric is here. To light it on gas is there. Keep in mind that you always want to make sure there's water in the water heater before you light it. And there's the onboard pump we talked about to pump your water if you're using the fresh water tank. You got 2 chairs here. You got 2 more of them under the bed. Okay, looking around, looking around. All right, let's go this way. This is your thermostat here. You're just going to hit mode once to light it up, then you go through fan, air conditioner, heat, off. There's a lag time for everything, so keep it in mind. Wait a few seconds, be patient, it'll turn on and off, but there's a lag time. Okay, the sink and shower work like any other sink and shower, plus you've got a fan here. The toilet, you always want to remember that you can't run it dry and without chemicals. So when you first get to the campground, you're going to plug in the power, hook up your water line, and then you'll come in here and you'll take your chemical, whichever chemical you use, and you'll dump it right in the bowl. Then you're going to stand on this. When there's water hooked up, water comes swirling out. And so you're going to just hold it till about a gallon or 2 go in there. There's no way to tell it exactly. You just have to use your judgment. The bottom line is it can't start. You have to have some water in it and chemical in it to start using it. Now let's say you fill your black tank full and you're going to dump it, but you're still going to stay on the campsite for another week. So you would dump your tank, but after you do that, you have to come back in here and repeat that procedure. You put the chemical in a gallon or 2 of water. Okay. Last but not least, to fill the bowl up. Here, let me see if I can show you with this. To fill the bowl up with water, you can see I can push this down and the trap doesn't open. That turns on the water valve. So you can actually by doing that, fill this as full as you want before you use it. You have to do that each time before you use it though. Also, there's a GFCI in here. All the plugs in the trailer are wired to a GFCI. I just wanted to show you underneath here. Let me see if I can get some light here. Hold on. Get rid of the switch. Here we go. Those are your 2 chairs and your foot locker underneath your bed. Okay, close that up. Also, this is pre-wired for a second air conditioner. Just so you know, that's what they're telling you right here. The reason it's a 50 amp system is you can add a second air conditioner without having to do any special wiring. This one would use a drop-in with the controls right on it. I believe, let me look to make sure, but I'm sure that's right, yes. So if you added one, it would just be a 13.5 and it would have the temperature control the temperature control and the function control right here. All right. Sorry about the camera work. I'm all over the place. You'll probably get seasick just watching it. All right. So I think we covered everything here. I mentioned there's a fan up there. Make sure you run the fan with the shower because you want to pull the humidity out. It's very important. These trailers are built super tight these days. And the last thing is this escape window, which I have to show you here. It's not the last thing, but close. So you can use it for ventilation, but to escape, you'd push this all the way through, obviously. You would grab a hold of this tab and yank the screen out, and out you go. Okay. Let me go through this way. Okay, so this, I don't think I've told you this already. I hope I'm not repeating myself, but it's about 1,000 degrees right now. Okay. This is your power converter. This converts 110 AC down to 12 volt DC. So you got AC regular household type circuit breakers right here, and they're all labeled, as you can see. Some things have to run on AC in the trailer, like the microwave or the air conditioner, things like that. Everything that can run on DC power does. So over here you've got automotive fuses, 12 volt DC, and they're all labeled. If any of these were to blow out, they'll light up and you can see them through this tinted plastic here. Okay, and last but not least, this is a battery tender, so when you're plugged in, it'll sense how much energy your battery needs or has, and it will, if it's totally charged, it'll just trickle a couple amps up to it. If it's low, it'll send 10 amps or whatever it needs to keep it charged, okay? So that's important. The last important thing is the LP and carbon monoxide detector. I'll have to look for that here. I don't know exactly where it is, except it's in here somewhere. Oh, right down here, okay. So this is the LP gas and carbon monoxide detector. You can see it's green. It should always be green like that. It has a test on it, so you can test it. It'll go through another self-test. Then back to green. To green. Also, it's a low battery alarm, so if it starts beeping very, very slow, it's telling you your battery is low. So if this goes off, you're going to take everybody outside, shut off your gas at the tanks, and figure out what's going on. All right. I think we've got it. Now, let me look around. I'm going to leave your couch open so our cleaning woman can see that the mattress or the cushions need a little bit of vacuuming. All right. Well, this is self-explanatory, but this thing you extend the footrest and retract it here and here, right? This is heat. And that's massage. That's the shake and bake model. So it'll shake you and bake you. Like that. Okay? And there's a light for you. Another cool blue light. It took a team of 20 engineers 2 weeks around a table to decide on the color of the cool light. So you got to appreciate it. Okay. All right. So I think I've covered it all. So I appreciate your business very much. We appreciate your business very much. And if you have any other questions, you can call us. I know these videos are unusual, but because of the virus, this is what we have to do. So you can call us if you need more information, need to ask us about things. Plus, every appliance in here has its own manual. Plus, there's tons of videos, manufacturers' videos, especially online. Try to stick with the manufacturers' videos for appliances because you know, they're not going to get creative. They don't want to be YouTube stars or anything like that. They're just giving you the facts. So try to stick with those if you can. And thank you very much for purchasing from us. And make sure you use this trailer a lot. That's the key. Thank you.